You wake up in the middle of the night, not because of a sound, but because something feels different.
Your legs are pinned.
A quiet warmth presses against you, steady, breathing, alive. You shift slightly, and your dog adjusts instantly, moving closer, as if the space between you should not exist at all. They could sleep anywhere in the house. A soft bed, a quiet corner, a place undisturbed. And yet, every night, they choose this, right next to you. So close that sometimes it feels like they're guarding your breath. And if you pause for a moment and really think about it, a strange question begins to form. Why does your dog need to be that close when they sleep? Most people believe it is simple. They think your dog is just seeking warmth or comfort, or maybe they are just a little too attached. It feels logical. You are warm. You are familiar. You are there. But that explanation is only the surface. Because if warmth were the real reason, your dog would not choose the exact same spot every night. They would not adjust their body to match yours. They would not wake up the moment you move. And they would not ignore every other comfortable place in the house just to stay beside you. So something deeper is happening. Something older than habit. Something built into who they are. The truth is, your dog is not just sleeping next to you. They are making a decision. And that decision is rooted in a psychological system that has existed long before either of you were born. For any animal, sleep is the most vulnerable state. It is the one moment when survival instincts are lowered, when awareness fades, when danger, if it comes, arrives without warning. In the wild, this is when animals hide. They separate. They choose distance over closeness. Because closeness can mean risk, but your dog does the opposite. They walk past every safe hiding place, and they come to you. That is not instinct. That is trust overriding instinct. And that is where the story begins.
Researchers who study dog behavior have found something remarkable.
When dogs form bonds with humans, those bonds closely resemble the attachment between a child and a parent. Not metaphorically, biologically. Dogs seek proximity to the person they trust most. They experience distress when separated, and they relax when that person is near. The same emotional pattern seen in human attachment appears again in a different species. So when your dog presses against you at night, they are not just being affectionate. They are activating the deepest attachment system they have. They are choosing their safe place. And that safe place is you. But this is not only about emotion. It is also about chemistry. Inside your dog's brain, there is a chemical called oxytocin. It is often called the bonding hormone. It is released when connection is felt, when trust is present, when closeness becomes meaningful. And here is the part most people never realize. When your dog looks at you and you look back, both of your brains release this chemical at the same time. Your dog feels closer to you, and you feel closer to your dog. A loop begins, a silent exchange, and physical contact makes it even stronger. When your dog sleeps pressed against you, this chemical connection does not disappear. It continues, slowly, quietly, through the night. Your breathing, your warmth, your presence, all become signals of safety. And your dog's brain responds to those signals without needing to think, because this connection is not learned in a day. It has been shaped over thousands of years, long before houses, long before beds. When early dogs lived near humans, survival depended on proximity. Those who stayed close to humans were safer. They had food, they had protection, they had warmth, but more importantly, they had predictability. And over generations, something changed. Dogs did not just tolerate humans. They began to rely on them, to bond with them, to seek them out in moments of vulnerability. Sleep became one of those moments. So when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they are not acting randomly. They are following a pattern written into their biology. A pattern that says, when I am most vulnerable, I stay close to the one I trust most. And that choice carries meaning because it is not automatic. It is selective. Your dog does not do this with everyone. They choose you. Now imagine what is happening inside their body as they settle next to you. Their muscles relax. Their breathing slows. Their heart rate begins to match the rhythm of rest. And something even more subtle happens. Your nervous system and theirs begin to synchronize. Studies have shown that bonded dogs and their owners often mirror each other's physiological state. When you are calm, your dog becomes calm. When you are stressed, your dog feels it too. And during rest, this connection becomes even stronger. It is not just emotional. It is biological alignment. Two different species sharing one quiet state. So your dog is not just sleeping next to you. They are regulating themselves through you. And you may not notice it. But sometimes you are doing the same. Here is something that changes the way you see this completely. Many people believe better sleep comes from silence, space, and isolation. But human history tells a different story. For most of our existence, we did not sleep alone. We slept in groups, close together, surrounded by breathing, warmth, and presence. Because safety was not found in distance. It was found in connection. So when your dog sleeps next to you, they are not disturbing something natural. They may be restoring something ancient, something your body still remembers, even if your mind does not. And that leads to a powerful realization. Your dog is not just seeking comfort. They are offering it. There is one more layer that few people ever think about. If your dog has always slept close to you and suddenly stops, it means something has changed. Dogs are consistent in their behaviors, especially when those behaviors are tied to safety. If they choose distance instead of closeness, it is not random. It could be a change in the environment, a shift in routine, or something happening inside their body that you cannot see. Because for your dog, behavior is communication. And sleep location is one of the clearest signals they have. So when they choose you, night after night, without hesitation, they are repeating the same message. You are safe. You are trusted. You are home. And maybe the most surprising part is this. Your dog does not understand your words the way you do. They do not analyze your intentions. They do not question your role in their life. What they understand is presence, consistency, and the way you make them feel. So when they press against you in the dark, when there is no reward, no command, no expectation, that is the purest form of their truth. And it is simple. They trust you with their most vulnerable state. There is no performance in that moment, no training, no expectation, just a quiet decision to stay, to be close, to belong. And if you have ever woken up and noticed how deeply they sleep beside you, how their body softens, how their breathing becomes slow and steady, then you have already seen it. The moment where trust becomes physical, where connection becomes real, where two lives rest together without fear. Because in your dog's world, safety is not a place, it is a presence. And that presence is you. So the next time you feel them pressing against you in the night, taking up more space than they should, refusing to move even when you try, do not see it as inconvenience. Do not see it as habit. See it for what it really is. A choice made again and again, without words, without doubt, without hesitation. And maybe that is the most important insight of all. Your dog does not just love you. They trust you enough to be vulnerable beside you. And in their world, that means everything. Because you are not just their owner, you are the place where their guard finally comes down. You are the one they choose when they need safety the most. So, tonight, when they come closer again, when they settle into that familiar space beside you, notice it, feel it, and maybe ask yourself one quiet question. If they trust you that deeply, how do you see them in return? Tell me in the comments. Does your dog sleep close to you every night? Or have you ever noticed a moment when they needed to be even closer than usual?